Welcome to The Source, where we combine the headlines with in-depth conversations with the newsmakers themselves. I'm Pinky Webb. Today on the program, some Metro Manila mayors lament the sudden change in the region's quarantine status just hours before the supposed rollout of GCQ with alert level system. And the Interior Department admits the guidelines for the new GCQ are still being finalized. Quezon City Mayor Joy Belmonte joins us live. And later, major hospitals remain full with COVID-19 patients. We check on the situation at the Philippine General Hospital. PGH spokesperson Jonas Del Rosario tells us more live. Some mayors, business owners, and groups lament the flip-flopping decision of the Interagency Task Force on Metro Manila's quarantine status. Marikina Mayor Marcy Teodoro adds that the move to suspend the GCQ with alert level system hours before its implementation not only created confusion, but also showed the lack of unified decision-making among IATF members. What are the other pressing concerns on the introduction of a new system in the middle of a COVID-19 surge? Let's go straight to the source of the story. We have Quezon City Mayor Joy Belmonte. Mayor Belmonte, welcome to the source and maraming salamat po sa inyong oras.
Good morning, Pinky, and good morning to everyone watching our show this morning.
Just for the record, of course, we do know that MECQ has been extended possibly till September 15. Was there any mayor among the members of the Metro Manila Council who wanted this postponement, or were all the mayors ready to implement this GCQ with alert level system?
Well, Pinky, here in the MMC, we are not really in a position to influence decision makers from the top to change their minds about whatever they decide to do. So we were already oriented with very broad strokes the Saturday before about this new system that they wanted introduced. However, they said a technical working group would still fine-tune the details. And last Tuesday, which was a day before implementation, that's when they met with us. But they did not present any fine-tuned guidelines to us. No, it was more of a question and answer. So us mayors, we really had a lot of reservations. We had a lot of questions, and we had a lot of concerns that we raised. Although we were all prepared, as we always are, to implement policies from the national government. No? So we were a little bit surprised because given our limited understanding of what we were supposed to be doing, still we were prepared to do that all of a sudden there was a change in policy guidelines without also having informed us earlier. And well, Pinky, I have some problems actually with this new system, no, which I was quite liberal in expressing. For example, they talk about GCQ, the change of status. GCQ, in effect, already implies openness, no, liberalization, no. But then they put in another component, which is the component of alert levels, and they already said that NCR would be under alert level 4, which automatically means that certain businesses and those that they describe as 3C businesses, or within closed environments, with crowds or close contacts, automatically would be closed during alert level 4. So that already contradicts the concept of the GCQ. And then the third concept they introduced is the concept of a lockdown, granular lockdowns. And they said the reason why there would be granular lockdowns is precisely so that quarantine levels could be liberalized, or less restrictions could be implemented in other parts of the metropolis where the concentration of cases could not be found. But then that contradicts now the whole NCR being under alert level 4. So what is the point of now having granular lockdowns when the alert level is still consistently the same all over the NCR? So the policy clearly needed some fine-tuning. Clearly needed to be thought out more thoroughly. And really, when you think about it, had it been implemented, there would really be a lot of issues to be raised, no? And concerns
Maraming
that could probably have
concerns.
occurred. But having
Mayor,
said that, Pinky, I
Mayor,
think it
sandali
is
lang po.
very
Let me interrupt
to the
there.
business owners. Sorry,
Opo,
yes, go ahead.
let me interrupt there. There's a lot that you said that I wanted to focus on. Sinabi po nila na maglalabas sila ng guidelines. But when they met you guys, the mayors, a day before the implementation of this so-called GCQ with alert levels, hindi pa ho, naging Q&A ang inyong naging pag-uusap. So, is that a normal pakikipag-usap po with maybe the technical group or whoever the Metro Manila mayors are talking to? I mean, if you were about to implement something new, you don't even have, a piece of paper or two pieces of paper telling you this is exactly what we mean by GCQ with alert level 4, 3, 2, 1. It was a Q&A, pag-uusap lang po.
Yeah, actually, Pinky, nung Saturday, ulitin ko, may present sila, PowerPoint, pero very broad strokes talaga. And I asked for details. I remember distinctly, wala bang guidelines. Sabi nila, may technical working group na nabubuo ng guidelines. No? Now, Tuesday, the day before implementation, in the latter part of the meeting, they did Viber us some guidelines na hindi ko pa nga na-review, Pinky, because immediately after that, sinabi na sa amin, mayors hold kasi magkakaroon ulit ng emergency meeting yung IATF. So hindi ko nga ulit na-review yung guidelines, and eventually these guidelines were deleted from our Viber chat box. No? So yun yung medyo problema tingin ko, Pinky, kasi nag-announce sila ng GCQ. Hindi pa maliwanag sa amin, kaming mga mayors na implementers nitong bagong policy nila. It's a totally new animal from what we are used to. The alert level system in itself has so many questions and concerns attached to it, no? And then ito pang granular lockdowns, which now places the burden on the local government units, no? So parang wala na masyadong pakialam na yung national government, kayo na local government, mag-lockdown kayo. Our issue naman there was paano naman yung ayuda namin doon sa mga taong magla-lockdown, no? And again, the system they presented, napakahabang proseso na yung isang mayor binanggit nga niya, baka tapos na yung lockdown, hindi pa nakatanggap ng tulong yung mga naka-lockdown. No? So in other words, Pinky, medyo maraming concerns na na-raise yung mga mayors. At ako, I'm just speculating, but this might have been one of the reasons na naisip din ng mga higher-ups ng aming mga bosses na siguro nga kailangan pag-isipan pa ng mas mabuti at paghandaan pa dahil bagong polisiya ito. And I would like to point out, a new policy is being introduced at a time when cases are still rising, when the reproduction number is growing, positivity rates are rising. So it is actually not even a good time to introduce something totally new to the people. And then the fact that they set GCQ with alert levels. Of course, people, when they see GCQ, that is what they're familiar with. So that automatically equates with openness of the economy or business sector, and naghanda ang ating pong mga restaurants.
It actually means, Mayor Joy, even to people I've spoken to, dahil nga mag-GCQ, ang alam ng tao, magbubukas po mga restaurants, ang mga salons, and even religious activities who have remained closed under MECQ dahil yun pong nakasanayan natin na GCQ. So meron pong mga businesses, a number of them, naghanda. Bumili, meron nga ho isang lumabas sa Twitter, kinausap na niya yung kanyang mga empleyado, nilinis na nila yung kanilang mga restaurant. Bumili na daw sila ng kilo-kilong mga karne para sa pagbubukas nila the next day, only to find out at 7 p.m., the day before they were about to open, that MECQ was going to be extended.
At hindi lang yun, Pinky. Kasi kung hindi man pinalitan yung policy to MECQ ulit, hindi rin sila pwede mag-operate kasi ayon doon sa policy na
Alert level 4
ng IATF, it's GCQ alert level 4. Under alert level 4, pinagbabawal pa rin ang personal care services at pinagbabawal pa rin ang dine-in. At kahit na pwede ang alfresco, alam naman natin na bumabagyo, kikita ba ang mga negosyo? Hindi rin sila mag-alfresco. Okay. So the disappointment of the business owners, I could feel that, and it's all because of a miscommunication and a lack of preparation before announcing a policy change.
You think it's really a lack of preparation or miscommunication? Is it really that, or is it simply just lack of preparation and foresight?
Well, okay, Pinky, ako personally tingin ko yung pinaghalo mo yung tatlong contradictory policies na dapat hindi yung lockdown na sinasabi mo gagawin natin para magbukas ang ekonomiya, pero pinaghalo mo naman yan sa alert level system kung saan nakasara naman ang ekonomiya under alert level 4. No, medyo contradictory yan. Tapos pinagsama mo pa yung GCQ announcement, which again implies openness. So parang may pagkukulang talaga sa tingin ko sa thinking things through, no, towards the outcomes that they want and towards implementation. Medyo naging siguro na natili sa theoretical level at hindi masyadong hinimay pa yung magiging epekto. Yun lang siguro ang tingin ko.
So let's go to your position. Again, I just want to be sure about your sentiment about this. Kayo ho ba sang-ayon dito sa GCQ with alert levels? I mean, at a time like this, now, as you mentioned a while ago, cases are going up. Positivity rate is up. Delta is everywhere.
Actually, Pinky, kung sa simula pa lang ay sinabi na nilang i-extend nila yung MECQ, actually maunawaan naman yan ng mga tao kasi lahat naman ng ekspertong kinausap mo from the DOH to the independent OCTA to these different medical associations, they will all say that the data shows that the numbers are increasing. In fact, the rate of increase has increased. The reproduction number has increased. The positivity rate has increased. The daily average attack rate has increased. So, tumataas pa rin yung mga bilang natin. And in fact, sabi nga ng mga experts, sa third week pa ng September, magkakaroon ng peaking at pagbaba ng mga bilang natin. No? So actually, it's sound for them to extend MECQ. Ang tingin ko naging problema is siguro gusto nila mag-evolve yung system kaya nag-introduce sila ng alert levels. Itong alert levels na ito, ginagawa ito sa Singapore, ginagawa ito sa United Kingdom, etc. Pero tingin ko dapat, Pinky, pumili sila. Either the old system, MECQ, ECQ, GCQ, heightened restrictions, etc. Or let's move towards the alert system style. Wag dalawa kasi conflicting at yung taong bayan nalilito. No? At ang importante sa isang leader, kailangan maliwanag ang mensahe mo sa taong bayan. Ito ang dapat natin ginagawa at ito yung batayan. No?
So, ang ibig niyo sabihin, Mayor Joy, it's either we stick to ME, GC, etc. or we shift to alert level 1, 2, 3, 4. Yun po ang sinasabi ninyo.
Yan ang sinasabi ko. Kasi para sa akin, the simpler, the better.
Yeah. All right. We just need to take a very short break. The source will be right back. You're watching The Source on CNN Philippines. I'm Pinky Webb. Our guest today, Quezon City Mayor Joy Belmonte. So sabihin po natin yung alert level 1, 2, 3, 4. My next question would be, do you think, Mayor, dahil kayo naman po nagpapatupad nito, kayo naman po yung nasa ground, should this be, the alert levels be determined by the DOH, for example, or should it be left to the LGUs?
Well, ako, I cannot answer that question kasi depende din sa batayan ng alert levels. I want to explain, Pinky. Dito kasi, yung alert level na ginawa nila, will indicate kung ano yung capacity ng isang establishment. No? So halimbawa, pag alert level 1, full capacity. Pag alert level 2 ay 50% capacity. Pag alert level 3, 30% capacity. Pag alert level 4, closed lahat. No, lalo na yung may kinalaman sa tinatawag nilang 3 Cs. Yung crowded, yung closed environment, tsaka yung tinatawag na close contact. No, pero alam nyo sa ibang bansa kasi, hindi yan yung batayan ha. Yung alert level has to do with the level of transmission. So, alert level 1 pa lang alam mo na, medyo konti lang yung virus, hindi ko makalat. So, the people, when they hear alert level 1, they automatically know na medyo safe lumabas, no? And then when they hear alert level 5 or 6, or sometimes it's a color, it's orange, it's red, etc. That means there's the tremendous transmission. Then the people also know, ito yung kaakibat na galaw namin, depende dun sa alert level. So it has nothing to do with the capacity of businesses, no? At yan muna kailangan natin, tingin ko, Pinky, pag-usapan. Ano ba talaga yung alert level na gusto nating maging gamitin o ampunin? Kasi dito sa amin, just an example, alam ko I have just 1 minute. Pero sa DRRM natin, disaster risk reduction, napakalinaw, Pinky, pag yellow, eto yan. Pag orange, preemptive evacuation yan. Pag red, forced evacuation na yan. The weather's bad, the millimeters of rain are ganito. So we have certain bases, metrics, and then
Parameters.
a certain behavior that is expected from the people. No? And
Yeah.
sana ganun din ang gawin nila o i-develop nilang system sa alert levels natin. No?
So,
Before I can answer kung sino dapat ang gumagawa, dapat maayos muna yung batayan ng alert levels, tingin ko.
So, maganda yung sinabi niyo po yun, dapat maayos yung batayan ng alert levels. Wala ho bang meeting amongst you guys with the technical working group so that you'll be able to come up and suggest these kinds of siguro concerns you have on these alert levels?
Well, sana naman magkaroon kasi nung pinipresenta na sa amin, tapos na yon. And of course, it's just a matter of clarification, making some suggestions. But one mayor raised a very good concern, Pinky. No, sabi niya, isa kasi sa mga batayan na sinabi is yung hospital utilization,
Opo.
o yung bed utilization. Pero sa NCR, laging puno yan eh. Kahit na bakunado na lahat, puno yan. Bakit? Kasi yung mga hospital sa NCR, medyo mataas ang kalidad. So maraming pumupunta sa mga hospital namin na hindi naman tagalungsod namin and we can never turn them away. So, laging puno yan. So, anong ibig sabihin yan? Lagi tayo
Palagi
nasa
kayong
alert level 4.
4. Opo,
Ito,
yun ang
naman yung
mangyayari.
ating mga negosyo. Dahil yung ibig sabihin ng alert level 4, sarado ang negosyo. So, can you see the implications of that? That's why
Right.
this has to be studied further. That is my opinion. No?
Yeah. Fair assessment on that. A number of mayors were actually saying that dahil nga talagang mapupuno ang mga ospital at kapag puno ang ospital, over 70% or over 73% hospital utilization, yung po ang tinatawag na critical at kapag critical, malalagay kayo sa alert level 4. When in fact, marami po sa mga pasyente ay galing sa ibang mga lugar na outside NCR. All right. So hopefully there will be some meeting again so that this can be threshed out. As mentioned naman, Mayor, you are the ones on the ground. Kayo din naman po talagang nagpapatupad dito and possibly kayo ho ang mas nakakaalam kung ano nangyayari sa kanya-kanyang mga lungsod. Ano po? So we will await what happens hopefully once the guidelines are out. Is there some sort of communication on when the guidelines should be out?
Well, I know that our chairman, Benher Abalos, he's very good and he's part of the IATF and he always fights for us mayors. So hopefully with our concerns having been raised, he will push for our interests in the IATF meetings and the guidelines can be released at least several days prior to implementation so we can study them. No? Yun lang naman sa akin, Pinky.
Sana more than 24 hours before. Sana kahit 2 araw o 3 araw bago ang implementation. Mayor Joy Belmonte, ma'am, as usual and as always, maraming salamat po sa inyong oras.
Maraming salamat, Pinky, at maraming salamat sa lahat ng mga televiewers.
And coming up, how is the Philippine General Hospital dealing with the influx of COVID-19 patients? PGH spokesperson Jonas Del Rosario joins us after the break.